All right, you guys. So in this video, what I wanted to do is show you what I've been able to do or what I've seen when using the iPhone 13 Pro with its built-in LiDAR compared to data collection with a handheld, FARO Freestyle 2 scanner. So the first portion of the video, I am about to show you the data capture with the phone. And then the second portion will be the data capture with the actual Freestyle, and then we'll go through what the data actually looks like. All right, so in this video, what I like to do is use the iPhone 13 Pro for LiDAR data capture using the Dot3D DotProduct app. That's available in beta, but will soon be released in full version. So let me do this. Let me hit new scan. And what you're seeing is just a preview at this moment, so I'm not recording. What I'll hit is the little cube button on the right. And we are now recording. So this is supposedly actually capturing the scene with laser, with a LiDAR sensor on the iPhone. And everything that's visible right now is more of a preview rather than the actual data. So I am imagining once you optimize the scene, and what we'll look at later in this video is what the data actually looks like compared to a full, commercial handheld scanner. We'll go around. We have targets around. They are not actually being utilized for anything specific, but they're here just for reference. I have a tape measure that's out here to measures out to 6 feet. But again, at this point, I'm just capturing a little bit of data. Let's get the back of this box over here a little bit. Come on, fill in. There we go. All right. So I am done. As soon as you're done, you hit the little cube button again. And what I want to do is, we have a little bit of a data set that kind of looks okay here. We'll hit the optimize button on the bottom left over here. And we'll just hit optimize scene. It runs the optimization really quickly. But that's it. So now the next step, what I do is I want to share this data, and I will share it via, you can actually hit the little share button over here, and you can share it via your Drive or email. So that's what my next step will be. All right. That's it for this video. Okay, now that the data has been captured, what I did was I shared it to myself via a upload to my OneDrive from the phone. So I made a folder called DotProduct, and it's a DP file, DotProduct file. So this is what I just captured with the iPhone. DP files can be opened by ReCap. So what I'll do is I'll just open up ReCap, and we will look at what the data looks like here. It's been optimized because you saw me hit the little optimize button, right? So we'll go new project, import, I'll say iPhone 13 Pro, okay, import, and we will browse to the OneDrive DotProduct, this guy, open. We'll just import. There's no referencing or registering necessary. It's a small file. It's 6 or 7 megabytes. It was only maybe a 1 to 2 minute data capture. So when I look at the data, that's what the data kind of looks like in 3D. Doesn't look horrible, but once again, the purpose of the iPhone isn't for mainly data capture with LiDAR. Of course, it's more for AR stuff where it just needs to know where surfaces are, and for that this is enough. But again, in this video what I'll do is I'll show you this data set. So this is now finished. Interestingly enough, it isn't structured point cloud, which means you can't register it in ReCap. ReCap wants to have a structured data set to register with the adjacent point cloud. So I am a FARO guy. I have seen FARO SCENE. I have been using it for years. So what I've found worked for me was actually export this data. So I'll export this into a format that I know I can take into Scene, and that's E57. So what I'll do is I'll call this iPhone 13 Pro, the export button. Now it's exporting. You see it doesn't have any sensors, obviously, so it's not leveled, but that would not be expected from the iPhone at all. So that's it. I don't do anything else in ReCap. Close. We'll say save this. And next what I'll do is I'll show the data capture with the actual Freestyle. Alright, now in this video what I'm doing is I'm recording the screen on the same phone that I used to capture the data with a built-in LiDAR, but I'm now connected to a full-blown FARO Freestyle2 handheld scanner. And what I'll do is I'll just start the scan of the same area. All right, here we go. So, same table, same objects on the tables over here with the same targets on the surface also. Box. The preview obviously looks different, completely different application, different way that the data is being captured, of course. Let's see, can I get the back of this box? Let's go. Oh, it's filling in a little bit, okay. Let's grab the same area-ish. The ground. And let's go also here. Maybe we'll grab the back of these stakes here too. Okay. That's it. So data recording has been stopped. You can optimize through the Freestyle app on the iPhone in this case also, but it isn't completely necessary. Now the next step is really just hitting the bottom right button where it says save to USB with a USB drive plugged into the actual Freestyle unit. Okay, here we go. Plug in the USB drive into the computer. Let's see what's on it. Exported project. Today is 5/5, so I know this is the project that I'm opening, so I already have Scene open in one of these windows. Apparently I have them twice, but I just need one instance, and we'll do open project, and we'll go to the USB drive, and let's look at this guy. This is that same area that I just scanned, meaning if I go view this project, this hasn't been optimized yet, this hasn't been processed yet, so Scene needs to do a little bit of cleanup. So this is very raw data right now, so I'll go into processing and we'll do process and actually do a quick process on this thing handheld. We'll do the accurate, which I did before, just for demonstration purposes. We'll process everything full
performance, full settings over here. So we'll hit start processing. Shouldn't take too long, but again, I might have to just speed up the video too for the sake of the length of it. All right, well, this took around 2 minutes to actually process. We'll hit the OK button. Let's see the project now. should be a little cleaner. I'll see those floating points in the middle of nowhere, but the data looks like it's relatively clean. Obviously, it depends on how fine your little pixels are in scene, but this is what the data looks like from the Freestyle2 scanner. And what we'll do now is we will bring in the iPhone scan data. So let me hit this, let me hit save. Process Freestyle data. Mind you, again, I know I mentioned it before, but this is the Freestyle2. Let me do import scans, and let's look for where I exported this to. It wasn't here, hold on. It was under, oh, I'm looking in the wrong drive. Here we go, iPhone 13 Pro, open, hit OK. Now if we look at this data, let's go view 3D. Oh, sorry, viewed the wrong thing. Let's go here. This isn't loaded, so we'll hit the load button. Okay. The data hasn't been leveled, so let's do this. Let's, well, first of all, you still need to process this data, even though it wasn't from a freestyle. You can see that the software recognizes it as an unprocessed file. So I'll go into processing, process scans. It's the only one there. So we'll do that. We will not run any of these filters. Just let it run its thing. There we go, start. Once again, I may have to speed this up just for the sake of the video. Well, that was relatively quick, so 15 seconds or something. Go back here, so let's view it now in 3D. It's a little faster responding. Once again, maybe we'll make the dots a little finer just so that it doesn't look as noisy as it did before. It's not leveled, so let's do this. Right click, registration. We can level with 3 clicks. We'll click here, we'll click here, we'll click here. So it's better. Alright, this is not necessary, but I like to at least look at the data this way. Now if we look at both of the scans, they haven't been registered, mind you, so if you look at them, they will be off from each other. But let's see if we can, and this hasn't been rehearsed, meaning the video that I'm recording now is for the first time. We'll try to do a registration, register these guys together. I'll do a top view based registration. I'm assuming the quality is going to be low, so I'll just slide off to the left. Defaults here I'll leave, so we'll hit the OK button. Let's see if it will work. That seemed to work relatively quickly to a 6mm accuracy. You look at it, it looks like it actually found where the iPhone scan goes. And again, mind you, I did not rehearse this. This is the first time I've actually seen it do it with this data set. Looks like it's okay. It's a little lumpier, but I would definitely trust the actual Freestyle to be a little bit more accurate. But looks like it. We don't really have. Well, let's pull up a clipping box on this thing. Well, let's just save this first. With top paste. Save this. Alright. Let's see if we can pull up a clipping box on this thing. not horrible. Obviously, it's not going to be absolutely perfect, but it is doing a pretty good job. Let's see if we can make it do a better fit by doing a cloud to cloud. Now, I've done combinations of scans with the iPhone and the Freestyle before, so it's not my first rodeo over here, but it's the first time I've tried it with the dataset that you just saw me record. So let's see if we can do update these scans. Let's do cloud to cloud. This should be good enough. And you know what? We'll go back to the same spacing as what we had before, which was 35 millimeters. So let's do this. And I've seen this fail way too many times. Yep. So this is where the refinement in scene is just asking for cleaner and nicer data. And the cloud-to-cloud routine fails continuously. So let's try a different value here. Still didn't work. All right, let's try increasing the search distance and maybe increasing this value. Still didn't work. Oh, you know what? That's the other thing that I may want to try to uncheck. It's all the sensors. No, still doesn't work. Let's keep on trying. So maybe the best fit might be from the top view registration method that we saw before. Well, there we go. It actually worked a little bit better. But is it better from a perspective of, do I have two boxes over here or just one? Let's see. Let's get rid of this clipping box. And let's bring up a box right here. Oops, I guess I thought my focus would be elsewhere. Let's go here, here. Let's go here, let's see. So if we look at it from the top, zoom in, certain features seem to be lined up, certain aren't. Again, I would expect that, but it's not horrible. It isn't a complete replacement for a Freestyle, essentially, but it can apparently fill in a little bit of information. Let's see if the walls are lined up a bit. Well, you see that it claims that there's 6 millimeter accuracy on the actual data. I don't believe the statistics are exactly right, because you can see that there are two data sets on top of each other. And this is the iPhone data, and this is the actual Freestyle data, which is cleaner, nicer, of course. Again, we're magnitude different in the type of hardware that's being utilized. But needless to say, with the iPhone being able to do this, you apparently can expect data to be, something that you can combine with a stationary scanner or a Freestyle scanner in this case. So let me do this once again, just for perspective. What I want to do is, let's go hide. So this is the clean data from the Freestyle, and then this is the noisier data from the actual FARO, or not the FARO, the iPhone. You can tell that it had some issues with drift and on the actual color, but if I was to measure the 6-foot tape measure, which was from here to about here, and I am not in feet. If we go feet, and so 596-ish, which is 400s short, but again, that's just me clicking, so that's okay. If we make this invisible and make this guy visible, if I was to actually measure, no, I mean, you can tell that this is pretty darn the same distance, except possibly, so let me do this, let me hide this measurement, and we'll do this measurement from here. Well, that's consequently perfect, the right on, but again, the difference is almost negligible, but you can tell that the data from the iPhone is a little bit more noisy and a little bit, uglier. It's not as smooth over here. That's it. So just wanted to show you that this is possible, doable, with a couple of weird steps with ReCap being involved. But registration seems to work now. When I hit the save button, I'll say optimized with C2C, and we're done. Now I can export this into whatever other program that I wanted to do this. So this is obviously redundant scanning. You wouldn't want to do this. This was just done for the purpose of seeing what an iPhone can do over top of a full-blown laser scanner. All right, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below.